My name is Frank Taylor, and we're back to The Secrets to Success, Volume 5. It's been 5 weeks we've been doing this, and wow, it has been amazing. It has been great hearing some of you guys' response and how this video has been blessing you, and I did it to be a blessing. There's an old saying, you are blessed to be a blessing, and that's what I wanted to do with this as far as being a blessing. So I have a few things here that started out pretty much with me when I got started. Some of you guys are going to recognize certain things about it, and we were going through some boxes and here at the office and found some things. This first thing here is my business plan, and I told you guys you have to have a plan of attack. This is a business plan that I had written up a while back in the day in 1991, 92. Believe it or not, that was 1992 to present. Only 4 years ago did this all came together. And believe it or not, I didn't really look at it, and when I looked at it today, it all was what it needed to be, and it all flowed into what my office and my business is today. And that's what I wanted to share with you. Secondly, the phone that I used back in the day. Do you guys recognize this phone? Somebody used to call it the flip phone. Yeah, baby, I still found this deep in the closet. And I just I was reminiscing about how God has brought me from the flip phone to the iPhone. And that's what I want you to be, is a blessing. Go from the flip phone into the iPhone, as into your life. And that means we're going to move your life forward from the flip phone, the old time, until the new day. And that's the iPhone. But we're going to talk about and finish off what we didn't finish off last week, and that's called sacrificing. You know, many times what we call sacrificing is different from other people. I made a choice early on that I was going to focus in on my business. Some of you may not know I have 3 sons that I have, and I call them all my sons, even though 2 was adopted. That's Justin and Sean and Michael. And I think they're one of the best things for me in my life. And right now Sean is a little perturbed with me, but hey, that's life. You know, sometimes your kids don't really understand why you do things and why you don't be a part, whatever, but I have nothing but love for both of him and Justin and Michael. But I want to let you know something about sacrificing, and I used to tell Sean this all the time as well. Sacrificing is a major part of your life, but sacrificing even in your personal life. I'm not talking about the business part, but it flows into your business world. Sometimes you have to give up to have. And early on, I knew that my business was my wife. I realized that I had to give my business, which I call my wife, 150% of who I was. And I realized that it was going to be impossible because she was very jealous for me to go and play out on her. In other words, play out on her with another woman in my personal life. She wanted 24/7 of my time. So even though I wanted to have a personal life, it ended up being a business life. When I end up trying to have personal, it ended up being business. And so I found myself in a situation where I realized that, you know, it's like marriage. I'm married to this business, and that's how it ended up being. You ever notice that most people in entertainment or in a strong business, they end up being alone? And then later on in life, they find their mate, or sometimes it's hard to find a mate because you don't know what reasons they're with you because you've established some things. It's kind of nice to be able to walk and grow with someone while you're establishing a business, but that's not the path that I took. And I've learned that this takes 150. I remember when I was dating somebody, I was always talking business on the phone. At dinner, talking business. At work, talking business. In my home, when she was there, talking business. And what I learned, she couldn't take it, and she couldn't handle it. She was like, is there any personal time for us? And that's when my business said, you know what? I'm your wife too, and I'm going to need 150% of your life. And that means females, this could be your husband or your dating partner or whomever in your life. I'm just sharing with you what worked for me and what happened in my life. I have a gentleman that just moved here, and he wasn't experienced with the females here in Atlanta. And I told him his business was going to flourish if he would focus on his business. He'd been here about 4 months, and he already got caught up. And now his business is suffering because guess what? His focus was. Some of you feel that, okay, you can have both worlds. It's very hard. It's very, very difficult to actually focus on your career of what you want. What I prayed for, and I prayed for a long time, I said, Lord, when I get married, I wanted my wife to be able to have choices. I wanted her to work in charity events, work on our nonprofit that we have here, which is Team Foundation, ATL.org. That's our foundation. That's TEAM, Foundation, ATL.org. I wanted her to work with people and be able to have choices where she didn't have to work. So I bust my behind for years to be able to offer something to my future wife, to be able to have a choice in whether she wanted to stay home or work. And that's what I'm saying to you guys. Sacrificing in your personal life is going to be very important. That means you're going to have to give up some things to have some things. And what you've got to decide, what is most important? Am I going to create a relationship over here or create a relationship with my business? I tie all of this in to having a partner. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not telling you that this is the route that you may want to take. Maybe you'll find another way around it. But for me, what I realized that it's not always the factual of life, but I sacrifice it to be successful. But when they say it's lonely at the top, sometimes it get that way. But I believe even in the end, your blessings is still can be right around the corner. And that's what I'm saying for you right now. You have to sacrifice in your personal life. Sometimes you may have to go to LA and you have a date with a young lady or you made a commitment to her. You have to choose which way you want to go. And that means maybe your business or sometimes your personal life. I chose to focus on my business to be successful. Why? Because I had to worry about paying this bill. Why? I had to worry about taking care of business, my dream and vision of walking into my truth. And that took me every bit and every ounce of my life as far as focusing in on my 24 hours. Sometimes my partner, my friend, she would say to me, why are you answering the phone at 3 o'clock in the morning? And I said, I don't know. When you're making your own check, it's 24 hours, guys. It's not 5, 8, 9 hours. It's 24 hours when you're not getting a steady check and you know that money has to come in. And we're going to talk further about that because that's when fear comes in. And what I'm establishing for you right now is to let you know that fear will take place because these are some of the things that will come in your life that you have to realize and say, I've got to sacrifice and make a decision. Thanks so much. My time is winding up because I'm over my time. I'm trying to keep this to 5 minutes for you. Thank you. Be blessed. I'll see you next week. Y'all have a blessed one. Take care. Peace.